Ever feel like your blog is absolutely overwhelming you? Well, if that's you, you are not alone. A lot of people feel overwhelmed because they gotta juggle a lot of different things. They gotta juggle their blog, their social media accounts, how they pursue new opportunities. Maybe some people have a podcast, not to mention life, of course, but we have a lot of different things that we have to juggle around, and that results in blogging becoming a very overwhelming experience for many people. I was on that boat for a really long time. I felt like I had to do so much work for my blog that I couldn't focus on any of the social networks. I couldn't create products or take the time to launch products. So basically it was very overwhelming, and I knew that this couldn't be something that lasted forever. So what I decided to do was fix the situation, and I'm going to share with you how you could fix that situation for yourself so that blogging is not overwhelming for you. The first thing you should definitely do for your blog to make it less overwhelming is to outsource some of the work. I cannot go on to mention, I'll talk about for hours, all of the benefits of outsourcing parts of my business. It's allowed me to focus on new things. It's allowed me to create better content. I'll literally go on and on talking about how outsourcing has helped my business. But to outsource, you go on a place like Upwork, post your job description. I like to post mine. Short job descriptions, to the point, but letting people know what they have to do. You don't want to do paragraphs and paragraphs letting people know what they have to do. Just break it down, make it easier for people to know what you want from them, and then just send out those job requests, see who you get, and then potentially hire. Now, what are some of the things that you could possibly outsource? Well, there are plenty of different options. A blog post editor, that's huge. I've outsourced a blog post editor. Now my content is better because I have an editor, and that's going to result in more engagement for the content, because better content, high value, always wins. So having an editor, having someone to help with my social media promotion, having someone to help with my audience growth. So there are plenty of different areas in your blog that you could be outsourcing right now. And even for things outside of your blog, like maybe growing your social media audience, it helps with your blog, but if you want to consider it outside, or other things, what you could do is outsource those easy to do tasks that are taking up a lot of your time, and then you have more time to write your blog posts and not feel overwhelmed. If you are thinking about what to outsource for your business, just think about this. If you are a billionaire, what are the things you would still be doing? And anything that does not make it on the list has to get outsourced, because those are the things that are slowing you down. You don't want to do them, and by doing something that you don't have a passion for, it's just going to be gruesome. It's just going to take a lot of work, and you're not really leveraging the time in a way that you properly could. The second way to make your blogging strategy less overwhelming is to create an outline. The outline is critical for writing your blog posts at a rapid pace without losing the value. What a lot of people fall into the trap of is they'll think of the blog post on the fly, and then they'll stare at that white blank screen of death. And that is the blank screen where you're struggling to think of ideas for the content. Nothing's really flowing. You don't know what to do with the content. It's just that anything that comes up, that's what gets put on the computer. But if you have an outline done, you're less focused on what should my blog post be about, and you are more focused towards, I know what my blog post is going to be about, how can I improve it? And that's how you get a lot of high value blog posts, but also in a shorter period of time. The third way to make your blogging strategy less overwhelming is to decrease your procrastination. Now, I get that the blogging strategy, it does require a lot of work, and there's a lot of work involved in the business, but people do spend a good amount of time procrastinating. Just one statistic that I know, the average American spends 32 hours each week watching TV. That is a lot of good time that you could use towards your business. I'm not saying give it up forever, although that would be really nice. Maybe if you give up half of it or a third of it, you'll get hours upon hours each week, and that adds up to days in a given year. And that's huge, because all that time, it's just going towards your business. And the more time you put into something, the more it's going to grow, and the more successful you're likely to become by putting in the more time towards the area that you wish to be successful in. So look at your schedule, look at how you spend your day, and ask yourself, what are the things that are unnecessary, that are taking away my time, And then since those things are giving you less time to play with, it's creating more overwhelm because of the workload that you have to deal with. The fourth tip to avoid getting overwhelmed as a blogger is to stop pursuing every single opportunity on the web. There's Periscope, Snapchat, I'm probably not going to even name them all, Blab, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, So there are a lot of different social networks and people are just like hopping on all of them. Trying to if Pinterest doesn't work, we're hopping on Periscope. If Periscope doesn't work, well, Blab's the next big thing. The problem with hopping onto all of these social networks is that you never truly master one of them. And don't think this is something just about social media. This could also be creating books versus creating training courses versus having a consultation service. If you're offering all of these different services and products, it's harder for you to focus your time into creating a truly quality product or service because you're just going from one product to the other, to the other, to the other, but they're all spread out. You're not able to promote them very well. Let's say you're able to promote 10 products in a mediocre way instead of promoting one product very well. So be conscious of which opportunities you are exploring. It is great to explore opportunities, but the problem is if you explore all of them, you are going to capitalize on none of them. The fifth thing to do to just reduce and even avoid blogging overwhelm is to take action. The main reason why we get overwhelmed in anything is because we don't have all the answers, or we have this big workload in front of us that we don't really feel like doing. But we have to take action in order to make that workload disappear. Thinking about it, stressing about it, fretting about it, none of those things really get the workload done. Maybe you have a great story. You can say to your friends, oh my goodness, I have all this work, and maybe you get kudos or respect because you're telling them about all this work you have to do. It's so big, it's so massive. But if you do that, you're not taking action. If you take action, that's the simplest way to solve any type of overwhelm. Taking action, any action you take for blogging just gets you one step closer to getting out of the overwhelm. Stressed out that you have to write 10 blog posts this week? Well, write one of them. You're that much closer to getting rid of the overwhelm for that particular goal. If you have any questions for me, post them in the comments section below. I make it a point to reply to everyone's questions. I even make it a point to do Q&As every week where I'll answer your questions. And if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so now. If you want more videos just like this one, if you like this video, I appreciate a like or dislike it. I just like to see which of my videos are getting the most engagement so I know which videos you guys want more of. And if you want to get more subscribers for your blog's email list, I have the perfect resource for you, 27 simple ways to get more blog subscribers. It is a free ebook. The link will be below in the description. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it has served you. And what I want you to do is to dream big, achieve greatness, and unlock your potential today.